y'all. It's your girl Key. Thank you for kicking with me. And this is going to be your full moon in Libra reading, okay? We are having a full moon today. And a lot of y'all on my Instagram asked me to do this reading, so I'm going to do it. So I pre-shuffled earlier, and then I had to go do something, so we're just my second time making this video. So be patient with me. So the overall energy, I asked what y'all need to surrender with this full moon, because we all know full moons are all about energy reaching its peak, energy coming to a completion, cycles ending. It's time to release, time to let go, changing habits. So what you guys are overall energy is surrender to receiving support and love. Okay. So this full moon is saying it's time to be open to receiving help. Okay. It's time to be open to being aligned with your soul family, okay, and receiving from your soul family. A lot of you probably were very independent, introverts, doing things alone. And Spirit saying, okay, that was good and stuff, but how far has it really gotten you? And I feel like for a lot of you, it's like changing your perspective of like you can get further with others. Okay, not everybody's out to hurt you. Not everybody is going to betray you. So it's like a lot of you had to heal like an abandonment wound, but also a lot of you had to heal a betrayal wound. So it's like the scales are balancing out, okay? So this is the card is purple, so it's telling me a lot of you are going through a crown chakra upgrade. So you have a lot of tension in your head. You have vivid dreams at this time. You could also be having um a lot of insights and downloads. Okay, so a lot of energy is being transmuted through the head chakra right now. But Spirit saying allow this love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and sometimes simultaneously nurture you. And it's crazy because I had this conversation with somebody earlier who I asked a personal question. I was like, "Why do you run when things get hard?" And they said there's an introvert, and for me, for knowing who this person is, they do that because that's how they were raised and not knowing that yes, that is good to reflect and isolate and be by yourself, but it also um, isolates you to the point where it's a numbing mechanism. It's like that's your security blanket instead of trusting the ones that God is trying to send to help you. So, and it's funny because I'm an introvert myself. And one thing I had to learn is that sometimes those burdens that you carry alone are not always good. Sometimes you need other people to help you figure things out. Sometimes you need other people to take that load from you. And sometimes you need to leave, let God just have it. And that's where a lot of you are going through right now is where you're stepping out of this energy of independence to interdependence. Okay. You're not losing who you are, but you're still able to cooperate with others. Which is going to cause a lot of you to be in hermit mode. This full moon is causing a lot of you guys to really sit and reflect and really see how you kind of been a blockage to yourself mentally when it comes to your belief systems and your values. That's why we had all these goddamn retrogrades, okay? But surrender to silence here. It says, in quiet meditation and contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So a lot of you saying are being pushed this time to really just isolate and be by yourself so you can change how you're viewing of how you are receiving or even how you are giving support and love to others. Are you really being there for people how you say you are? You're always there. You know what I mean? Are your actions matching your words? And that could be where the justice balance is being scaled. It's like, okay, spirit is hearing a lot of you want this new cycle, want this new, but are you opening up to it? Are you releasing what you need to go? Are you letting go when it comes to habits, patterns, mindsets? Even things or people that are holding you back from receiving what you've been asking for? Are you working with the universe, the justice? Okay, Libra is ruled by the justice in the tarot. So that's what spirit in this full moon is trying to get a lot of you to a lot of you to see and do is see how are you being receptive and are you being open to receiving? Are you working and balancing out the areas that you need to balance out within your life? So a lot of you guys be seeing 666, which means really focus on things that are important to you. You can also be 666 is also another sign that your manifestations are closer than you think. A lot of you can be seeing 9 and 10. Cycles are closing out. Energy is reaching complete. And a lot of you also could be seeing mirror numbers, okay? Spirit is saying to get to the inside number, you have to be in the outside number. So a lot of you could be going this energy where you're transitioning into something new. All right. So it's funny because a lot of you at this time are healing. It's funny I said transforming butterfly. Okay. All that healing you have been doing, Spirit saying it's time to come out your cocoon and open up. Metaphorsis. There's changes that were happening internally, so changes physically can happen up. So springtime is all about things blooming and beginning. We're having a full moon in Libra. This is telling me what we had an eclipse in Libra last year, beginning of last year. It's like there's a year cycle that's ending. So whatever happened from that time last year of the eclipse in Libra, there's a cycle closing out that has caused a major transition within you internally when it comes to your healing, facing yourself, which is now opening you up to the new you, rebirthing, revamping. I don't know why I'm here revamping. Some of you could be revamping something that you started this time last year, or there could be something that you put off that you're redefining or revamping. But a lot of you, this is a rebirth that's happening. All right. So what is the full moon in Libra? Spirit. Yeah, reflection. This is the time to reflect. And I feel like the reason why a lot of you are being pushed in isolation or stillness is because Spirit really wants you to reflect on all those who have been seeing you the evil eye, on all those who have been trying to delay or block your blessings. Okay, a lot of you are entering this new cycle, and you're starting to see that. I said this on my private story in my Instagram, and I feel like Spirit wanted me to say it publicly is a lot of us are going through spiritual warfare. A lot of us who have been doing the work, who have been really sitting with ourselves, facing ourselves, have been, stepping out of our comfort zone. A lot of us are going through spiritual warfare right now. So this is highly important to up your spiritual protection. You need to do your spiritual baths. You need to pray with intention. You need to cleanse yourself often. You need to carry your crystals. Whatever you do for you for when it comes to spiritual cleansing, you need to do, because a lot of you don't realize there are people are attacking. Okay, I've been having a lot of dreams of people trying to feed me, and that is because people are trying to monitor and see what you got going on because they want to delay the blessings that are coming for you. And this is why a lot of you might be getting this energy not to be on social media as much, because what you post, people are seeing that, and it's causing people to send that negativity energy towards you. So a lot of you are in this energy, you're reflecting on how there's certain connections in your life that have been delaying you, blocking you from stepping into something new. Okay. And I also get this. There's a lesson where a lot of you are having to protect certain relationships that you have with that justice card. Are your relationships equal balance, give and take? Are you giving to your relationships the ones that are healthy in a healthy way? Okay. I do feel like a lot of you, there is some type of relationship that you're connected to, or some type of connection that you're going to be entering that has an unbreakable bond, and you're needing to protect that. And you're needing not to only protect it physically, you're needing to protect it spiritually. Okay, because a lot of you are going to be entering certain connections that are here to help you on your journey. Okay, these are people you're meant to be in your life. These are people who are meant to teach you to grow. With the laborers here, okay, everything that has happened for a reason. Everything you're going through for a reason, and it was teaching you not to just lean on in your faith, but also to have hope during the storm. Okay, and I keep hearing the calm before the storm. So a lot of you guys could have been going through it. Okay, one moment you're up, next minute you're down, and like I said before, that's because a lot of us are going through spiritual warfare. And some of you guys need to go to reach out to certain people who know about that if you don't know enough about it. Sometimes sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone and ask people, hey, how do I protect myself? Okay, because for some reason I'm getting all this money and it's going out real quickly because there's somebody around you who's seeing you evil out on your finances, because they want you to be like where they are. They don't want good to happen to you because they're going through their karma. So you guys have to pay attention to that at this time. And it's crazy because a lot of you with the mirror reflected here, Spirit is saying a lot of you are having to reflect on your shadow sides. Like you're reflecting on certain areas of yourself that you didn't love, certain things that you subconsciously pushed to the back that are coming up because you have to face that part of you, and you have to acknowledge that, and you have to see how it shaped you and defined you, and how you can. I don't like to say reprogramming anymore, because reprogramming means you're trying to change who you. I don't want to say change who you are. It's like when you change who you are, it's not really accepting how you got to where you are. So I do feel like a lot of you are having to redefine how you do things due to how you were raised, with the mirror here. And I do feel like a lot of you are not even realizing there are certain connections that are coming to you right now because they're mirroring parts of you that you have a hard time facing. They're making you see things that you're not seeing. They're helping you change your perspective. And it's crazy because there's someone I'm connected to that I called them out about it. I was like, yo, you've been on this. I said, I've been knowing you for way too long for you to still see things the same way you're seeing them after everything you're going through. Why hasn't your perspective changed? And it's because they don't have people around them that hold them accountable or tell them in a loving way of like, hey, you got to see things differently because obviously it's not clicking for you. And sometimes we need to have those accountability partners. But this is which is shifting for a lot of you, is that you guys are getting triggered to face certain aspects of you that need deeper healing. And this is what this full moon is causing a lot of you to do, is see those old patterns and habits and how you need to release them so you can step into this new from a different perspective and a new awareness is what I keep hearing. Emotions. And it's funny, the moon. Emotions. Okay, so a lot of you guys could be seeing twos. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. So 666. Okay, focus on self, nurturing self, taking care of self. Emotions can be high at this time. So this is the time where Spirit is saying, acknowledge how you feel what you feel, okay? So you can understand what you feel, and then you know how to process and you know how to adjust to it. Like I said, emotions are really running high, but also at this time, a lot of you guys, your spiritual gifts are heightening. Your intuition is getting strong. A lot of you could be having vivid dreams about things that you're about to receive. And Spirit is saying you guys are getting the signs, okay? That you are getting the signs and the warnings to pay attention. And a lot of you also might have somebody in your life who's actually been warning you about certain things that are happening. So you're getting the caution with the lightning here about the disruption or the change that's about to shake you up. But I do feel like for a lot of you, the shake up that's happening with this full moon in Libra is it's all for your healing. And this full moon in Libra is showing you how you have mastered certain lessons, how you have achieved certain things from stepping into a new you. That's basically what it is. This full moon for a lot of you is just showing you, by you doing the work, how far you have come, but not only how far you have come, how far you have grown, and how it's going to lead you to your abundance and new opportunities coming your way. This new opportunities for a lot of you could be money coming in, new job opportunities. I also feel like a lot of you, this could be also have to do with a job, with a move. But this also could be the keys from your guys and ancestor giving you and unlocking knowledge and wisdom from your ancestor line to help you guys. And it's all due to the fact that because you had to be focused and you had to keep your eyes on the prize. And I feel like for a lot of you, you don't realize by you keeping your eyes on the prize, that's helping you really achieve certain things when it comes to your own inner healing. A lot of you are in this energy where your family and friends probably don't even recognize who you are anymore, but it's because you're doing the work and you're showing your family and friends where they still have to go. I hope that makes sense. And also, I feel like a lot of you are realizing around you who has been draining you with the power lines, who has been draining you. You're seeing how when you place a lot of energy in certain areas, how 1, 2, 3, 4. When I say that, so a lot of you can be seeing progressive numbers too. That's a sign of like you're on the right path. You're making the right decision and choices. So pay attention. That you can see 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. But with the power line, a lot of you are really needing to pay attention what you put your energy into. Okay, who you give your energy to, who is draining you. And this could also be with a simple conversation. A lot of you don't realize you could have a conversation with somebody, and after you get off the phone with them, you could be drained as fuck because that person was come to just drain your energy. Oh, I just want to talk to you. I want to tell you what's going on in my life. And next, you know, you just drain. And that's what Spirit's trying to show you guys of like who's draining you, who's actually elevating you, who gives you the energy, and who pours life into you from an overflow of their cup. And I feel like that's where the collective is learning is like you have to give from an overflow. And an overflow is not pouring from the cup that you already have. You're giving you're giving extra of what you have. You're not pouring from your cup. You're giving the overflow from your cup. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are realizing is like, I can only give you the extra of what I have. I can't give you what I already have to give myself. One more card, Spirit. And this is all the reason it all taught you a lot of y'all patience at this time. It's like y'all had to learn to be patient and understand that everything that's happening is not on your time, it's happening on God's time. Because what you wanted, God saw a different way and was giving you 2 times better. Okay, book of jobs is really important. I've been channeling that a lot. Like a lot of people had to lose a lot to gain more. And sometimes that comes with a lot of sacrifices. You had to make a lot of sacrifices and understand and trust God and learn to gain your faith through your weakest times so he can bless you 2 times more than what you already had and give you better. And a lot of people don't realize that. And it's funny, I just said that book of jobs and look what came out. Recovery from a loss. This could be financially, this could be a heartbreak you're recovering from, this can be emotional loss of not understanding, of like confusion of like why is this all happening to me. But God is in spirit is trying to tell you, just because you took a loss doesn't mean I'm not going to give you 2 times more. Recovery, you guys are in the energy of recovering. This is the reason why this full moon is happening and causing you guys to be in stillness, because Spirit is trying to pour more energy into you and give you to prepare you for these new blessings that you're stepping into. Yeah, resilience. A lot of you are going to be successful. A lot of you are going to have a lot of money coming in. But you just all had to surrender to the divine timing and learn to set healthy boundaries with people around you. Because a lot of you, like I said, have people who are blocking you from receiving. And Spirit is trying to show you um who was blocking you, who was trying to control you, or who was, spiritually attacking you. Some of you are probably at this time are going to find out that there was people doing, black magic on you, spiritual magic. A lot of people don't believe, some people don't believe that, others of you do, but there are people out here that you are connected to that say they love you, or family that are preying on your downfall. They like you to do things for them because they were benefiting on it, and that's being exposed. This is what this year is. It's a 9 year. It's exposing everything that's happening behind the scenes. Okay. So with the full moon and Libra happening, the scales are balancing. Okay. One thing about karma, it's all about energy. What you put out into the universe, it always comes back to you. So if you chose to do things malicious, that's when malicious things happen back to you. So that's what your ancestors and guides, for those who resonate with this message, is like, because you chose to do things a different way by facing yourself, healing yourself, sometimes being in isolating, sacrificing, letting go of things that no longer serve you, realizing how you like holding. And a lot of people don't realize part of the dark night of the soul is accountability. Okay, it's an ugly thing. The dark night soul is not like a peaceful and light. It's an ugly thing. You will realize how really bad you are for certain things you allow, and how shame and guilt you have for doing certain things or choosing certain things that really were just a detriment to your own mental, emotional, and physical health. So, and I feel like this is all basically a full circle moment for everybody, for just to really make peace of, like, I went through everything I went through for a reason. And because I had to face who I was, I had to own my emotions, and all of that I lost is recovering and blessing me with 10 times more. Okay. This card is all about goodwill. So I know the recession, we will feel like we're in a recession, but a lot of people don't realize you could be rich in spirit. And rich in spirit is being, you can have your bills paid, you can have a house, your car, and all other stuff. Your kids are well taken care of, whatever applies to your life. But rich in spirit is more than material aspects, more than money, having a peace of mind, being at peace, owning who you are. That is rich in spirit, and that is a blessing within itself. And that is worth way more than any material aspect. And I feel like that's what this collective is learning, is that I am more than with the material things that I own or the material things that I have accomplished. I'm worth more than that. And I really feel like that's those who have done that work. And, I'm taking these two. It's funny, I was gonna say this was the card that was showing with healing, and that's confirmation. I said your body, mind, and soul are in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through a mini transformation at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing. You need to open with arms and open your heart. Confirmation. Open up to what the divine is doing to you, because there's a bigger purpose to this. And the bigger purpose for a lot of you when it comes to this healing is to receive more than what you asked for. God is never going to shorten you. He's going to give you more than what you asked for when you're obedient and obey His command, which is your inner voice within you. All right. What else here? What's the advice for the collective? You have slow down with the progressive number that says slow down. Life isn't a race, nor is it a competition. You need to slow down. Doing so doesn't make you weak or less than. It makes you strong, wise, and much better able to navigate life with clarity and ease. So some of you are needing to slow down at this time. This is why you have to surrender to stillness, into silence, because Spirit really wants you to sit and reflect with yourself. Yes, you might have a goal, you might have an aspiration in mind, but you will have to ask yourself, is all of you ready? Mind, body, and soul. Are you aligned to receive what you're asking for? And it doesn't make you less than, it doesn't make you feel like you're behind in time. You're right where you need to be. That's why you had the Libra card. But Spirit saying perseverance. It says you're being asked to spend more time in present moments, to stop reminiscing about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're present for it, you miss all of the beauty. So a lot of you are learning at this time that you need to keep yourself grounded, which means go on nature, be more still, meditate, um, find more time to acknowledge the now. A lot of you don't realize when you're more present, that's when things actually move quicker for you. When you're too worried about the future, that's you controlling it, and it slows it down. And when you too much in the past, that means you're bringing that past and negative energy with you into your future, and you don't realize it's causing confusion. So Spirit is asking this time to be more present and be more focused on the now and be more grateful for what you have now, because that's how you attract more. Because you're in an important healing, a time of healing, and as you heal, more things are bouncing out, more things are clearing out, which is making room for the new that you guys asked for. So that's why Spirit is saying surrender to receiving support and love, which means be open to the people that God is sending in your life to help you, and knowing when to remove people who are being a detriment to your mental, emotional, and physical health. So this is what I got for you guys. This is what the full moon in Libra is all about. It's all about your inner healing, because this inner healing is shifting your physical aspect. It is preparing you to God is making preparing a feast, table in front of your enemies. Okay, so that's what this full moon's all about. So I hope this resonates.